Hey everybody, welcome on into your go-to show for sports here on the Shore, Delmarva Sports Insider. I'm Brandon Bosser.
What's up? It's your Philly sports anchor, Devin J. Martin. We got a lot to talk about tonight, Brandon. Football and more football all day today.
Yeah, it is such a struggle on Friday nights getting the show together in time for 11
Games all happen all over the place.
We are working right up until the deadline for this show. But, you know, we got a great show in store for you tonight. Cape Henlopen with a big home win as they look to establish themselves as a 3A contender. The Colonels taking it to Lancaster in American Corner tonight as well.
Yeah, and we have your athlete of the week, top place. So you got to stick around for that tonight. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we got to talk about tonight for Delmarva Sports Insider.
That's right, but first we start with our game up in the 3A as Cape Henlopen looking for their first win against 3A competition.
Yeah, it's been a slow start for the Vikings. They're coming off a state title appearance last year, but they're 3-1 so far. All three wins coming against the 2A. They did play a 3A opponent so far this year.
They lost to Hodgson last week.
Yeah, that was a close game. So they haven't really shown so far that they can measure up to other 3A competition, but they had a great chance today going up against St. Mark's. Now, they led them 14-7 after the first quarter, so let's take you up to Lewis. Jamison Tingle leading the way. The sophomore, Brandon, he has a pretty good arm. He airs it out, finds Jaden Dukes coming down with it over the tight coverage. Just a 30-yard completion. Great catch, great throw. Now in the red zone, Cape trying to add some points before the end of the first half. Tingle throws it to Anthony Francis. He dives for the end zone. He thinks he's in, but the refs say he's 2 yards short. And that wouldn't matter because they have 5 seconds left. Vikings go for the touchdown. They don't want to kick the field goal. Final chance, and he gets stymied, smashed right there by St. Mark's. So there's no point. So they're going into the halftime, still up 14-7.
Was Nick Sirianni coaching?
Yeah, that's what it looked like right there.
Well, he was short. Late clock here. Tingle passed for the end zone there, and the touchdown. This time it goes for 6. Dukes goes into the end zone untouched on this next play as Cape goes up 21-7. The offense was on point tonight for Cape Henlopen. Defense strong as well, holding St. Mark's just 7 points, even picking up a late quarter pick in the back of the end zone. Navin Duffy goes for the touchback as Cape gets their first win against 3A competition.
Yeah, the defense was pretty good. St. Mark's came into this game averaging over 25 points a game. So Cape holding them to 7 points. Very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Now, we got to go out to Dagsboro for a matchup in the 1A. Indian River and Seaford. IR, Brandon, they dominated right out the gate. Scored 0-0. Dylan Grice handing it off to Davon Handy, who stumbles it in for the score. What balance and dexterity. I thought he was going to fall a couple of yards short of the goal line, but he was able to keep his balance and get the score. They get the 2-point conversion to go, so they lead 8-0. Seaford, on the other hand, struggling to find the end zone. Jahari Ross, only a sophomore. He was under pressure all night by the Indian River pass rush. He's sacked by Kyrie Knight, and that was a turnover on down. So IR gets the ball back. This time, Javion Chandler getting the rush. He's got plenty of green grass ahead of him. He's brought down. But here, things go worse for IR in the start of the second quarter. Dylan Grice fumbles the ball, and they come up with it. The Blue Jays finally have a chance to put some points on the board. But here comes the throw. Yeah, I was like, okay, that throw's got some high arc. No, that was a wobbly low throw. That's why I was out of frame. That's picked off, and then IR would end up scoring. They'd get another interception right there, and then they'd force another turnover, and then they'd finally get another chance to score, and that would be Chandler who would run, and you're going to see that shortly. So,
and IR has a chance to go 9-1 this year. They are absolutely fantastic in the 1A and a true title contender. Let's move on now to a 3A showdown at the Castle tonight. 4-0 Sussex Central hosting 4-0 Appoquinimink. Central trails in the third. Give off to Malik Bell on the draw. He's in. Central back in front. Once again, though, in the fourth, under 4 minutes, it's Bell again for the touchdown. Knights go back in front, clinging to a 4-point lead. Here come the Jags. Desai Drummond slings it. Noah Hoff down the sidelines. He's in. Tough break for the Knights. They get one more chance, though. Final seconds. Knights inside the 5. And they're going to give it to who else but Malik Bell. Stopped short of the goal line, and you got to give Appoquinimink a lot of credit there. That was a great goal line stand. The Knights do everything they could, but you know what? this could be one great playoff rematch in just a month or so.
Yeah, that was a fantastic goal line stand right there. Maybe they could have kicked the field goal to send it overtime. But this, again, is high school football.
With time running down, you probably are just going for the final play of the game.
They just like, hey, let's just go for the win. And, sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. A great hit right there. Yeah, that was a great score.
All right, now let's move on to our next game right here. Milford, the Bucks hosting St. Elizabeth. Milford moving to 4-1 tonight, and they were impressive. Handoff, Gregory Lockett. Lockett is free. No one is going to bring him down. Milford out in front early. This is perhaps our play of the week. Ryleer Rankin going to catch the interception off of the tip. Now, this is a wide camera angle, so have no idea. It looked like the ball might have hit off of somebody's shoe or something.
Yeah.
But I don't think many people knew what was going on. You saw all the players just stop and freeze right there.
Yeah.
He returns it for a pick six.
Yeah, it's a tip drill.
What a play there. Then Lockett again would score later on in this game for Milford. He is a big back for the Buccaneers. Milford has a big team up front just in general. They're 4-1. Their only loss was to a 3A opponent. And I think that we're sleeping on Milford a little bit.
That 2A class district is pretty stiff of competition.
Got Lake Forest,
Sussex
Delmar,
Tech, Delmar.
You've got Woodbridge and Laurel, and Milford's right there at 4-1. This is going to be a great ending to the season in that 2A District 3.
Now we got to get to a great game from last night. Now this was a defensive struggle. We were just talking about how strong the 2A is. Here's a 2A struggle between Laurel and Woodbridge. Very close game. Kobe Shockley for the Bulldogs doing it all this one. He already scored a two rushing touchdowns in this game. He goes up the middle for the first down. Laurel down 14-7. Here's that second rushing touchdown. That made it 14-13, but they go for the extra point and it's blocked. So they don't score another point and they're only down one, and that would be very big because Woodbridge, all they needed was one final score.
Defense stepped up.
And the defense stepped up on both sides. Malachi Hayes going the length of the sideline, picking up 30 yards. They make it all the way to the 4-yard line. Fourth down with a minute to go. Keyshawn Copes is there. What a play.
Fantastic player both in football and basketball.
And that keeps the Laurel Bulldogs' hopes alive. They have to go the length of the field, only down one, but they don't get the fourth down conversion to go. He drops the pass. So they make it there. 7 seconds left, 50 yards at the 50-yard line, but the drop ball ends the game. Woodbridge comes out a 1-point winner, another 1-point win for them. Woodbridge looking really good in the 2-way. So, yeah, Laurel's very competitive. Delmar, Woodbridge, Sussex Tech, and obviously Milford and Lake Forest. I have no idea who's going to come out of the 2-way this year.
And the thing about Woodbridge is we saw them 2 weeks ago with that goal or last-second stand against Howard.
Yes.
And now this time, another last-second stand against Laurel. The defense is stepping up for Woodbridge this year. They're 4-1. Their only loss so far was to Sussex Central. So they are definitely a team to watch out for in the 2A. And make sure you stay updated while we're at these games in real time. Make sure you follow WMDT Sports on Facebook and X right now. Now we've got a few other scores from around the Henlopen Conference. Man, look at this Harvest Bowl score. Middletown, 45-12 over Smyrna. Drew Marks had 137 passing yards and a passing touchdown, but this was not close as Milford's now, I keep saying Milford. I'm thinking about the Bucks. They're impressive.
Yeah, they are looking really good.
Smyrna's 1-4 though, which is not as impressive. And Dover 31-7 winners over William Penn, which is much better than last week.
Yes, it is. 31-7 winner. The Senators definitely needed this win. And then finally, you got Polytech 34-8 over Christiana. Avon Diamond with 2 touchdown catches and a punt return touchdown.
And I hear Balsarac, the senior quarterback, has not been playing for Polytech recently, so that's a big loss for Polytech if he's out for an extended period of time. But anything of note that you want to mention?
Obviously, you talked about Milford. The biggest thing that really stood out to me was that game between Laurel and Woodbridge yesterday. Both high-flying, high-octane offenses. 0 points, both teams in the second half. You don't see too many games like that anymore where it's all defense and no offense. But the defense, it wasn't like the offense was bad. The defense was just better in that game, and I was really impressed.
And that'll do it for the A block. We're calling our first time out. When we return, a battle of unbeatens in Berlin. Could Easton stop the mighty Seahawks? That more when the Delmarva Sports Insider returns.
This is David Hearn, head football coach at Delmarva High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.